What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to another Epic 7 video. I stayed up for the Birgitta. We'll see how GM says pronounces her name, but I stayed up for the video, so it's finally here. Let's check it out. I need to get to bed right after this, but thank you so much for tuning in. I'm excited. Let's see what she's all about.
Knowing yourself.
We know she's an ice soul weaver.
Enemy, can you succeed? So if there's something you want to learn, come find me.
The information broker.
Think before you act. Or learn a painful lesson.
Oh,
I'll treat you.
that's an awesome animation. I think that's better than Senya's.
Birgitta is Skugeheim's most sought-after information.
Skugeheim.
Every piece of news or gossip circulating Skugeheim goes through her. Her clientele consists mainly of her kin, the Shadow Elves of Skugeheim, but she will trade information with
That's right,
anyone
she's a Shadow
interested,
Elf.
regardless of their race or affiliation. Though, since she could lose work or be ostracized by her fellow Shadow Elves,
Oh, look at that
found
concept
out,
art with the short hair.
she charges a steep premium when making deals with
All right,
non-Shadow
sprite looks good.
Elves.
Run animation looks good.
Recently, she's been collecting more information from across all of Eurasia.
Her little binoculars almost look like a little hammer. All right, we will take over. Oh, hold on. Let me see how he says her name.
Birgitta's a 5-star ice elf. Birgitta's a 5.
Birgitta. Okay. Yeah, we'll take it over from here. So Birgitta, Ice Soul Weaver, 114 base speed, effectiveness on the imprint. Team imprint is attack. A famous information broker in Skugeheim with extensive knowledge regarding the continent of Eurasia. And as we have all heard, right, guys, information is one of the most powerful tools, one of the most powerful weapons. All right, let's not being corny. Let's go ahead and check out her skills. Skill 2, it's an active and not a passive. Subterfuge. Dispels 2 debuffs from an ally and increases combat readiness by 35. Then we increase that a crap ton from skill enhancements. Extra turn. Oh boy, guys, here we go. We got an S2 with an extra turn and a lot of combat readiness. 2 dispels as well is always very nice, okay? All right, let's go ahead and check out the animation here. Subterfuge. What we got? Okay, she holds up like a card that kind of explodes. Do that again. Grants an extra turn. All right, let me see if I missed anything on the skill. Dispels 2 debuffs from an ally, combat readiness. Okay, extra turn. All right, that's about it. Let's see what the rest of her kit entails with that extra turn. Nothing personal, kid. Wow. Smilegate is not afraid to meme it up. Dispels all buffs from the enemy. Jesus. Before a 10, 15, 20, 25. Yep, 100% chance to inflict blind and block. What the heck is block? 5-turn cooldown after Mola. So, all right, guys, we have an ignore effect resist extra turn unit. You know I love those, sarcastically. With block now, and affected by any buff, some beneficial effects, and dispel debuff effects except when granted by the bearer. Applies to heroes only. Unaffected by any buffs, some beneficial effects, and dispel debuff effects except when granted. A little bit confusing. Let me see here. So you get bind and block. Block just blocks all buffs, right? The beneficial effects, they always add that like when it's debuffs, harmful effects, and dispel debuff effects except when granted by the bearer. Okay. So you cannot dispel the block when granted by the bearer. Is it the bearer of the... I wonder if this means the bearer of the block or the... I'm assuming the block bearer can dispel themselves, but can't have a teammate dispel? I think. A brand new effect, guys. We'll see in the... We'll piece it together with the what do you call it? The replay. The video, the gameplay. Unaffected by any buffs. Okay, so it's just a buff block ability. Like a better unbuffable, because you can't dispel it, right? It's similar to Senya's new thing, where it's like an immunity, just undispellable immunity. I'm assuming. Well, we'll see. And guys, if I get this wrong, please just correct me in the comments. These are first impression videos, so I'm just taking a quick glance. But I think this is correct, and we'll see. We can confirm here in the gameplay as well. Hopefully, let's see. Maybe not in this skill preview. I just want to see with the skill animation again, but maybe in the actual gameplay loop on their demo. So here we go. We see Lone Crescent Bologna gets blocked and binded, right? Yeah, block and bind. My God. Okay, Baseless Rumor. This is her active skill 1. Attacks the enemy and decreases combat readiness by 10%. We get to boost that a little more, 15% looks like. When the target is inflicted with block, which we get from the skill 3, doubles the amount of combat readiness decrease, right? So it goes from 10 to 20 on skill enhanced, and then 15 to 30, I think. Targets inflicted with block, decrease the amount of combat readiness decrease. Okay. All right. Well, so she can kind of lock down a unit and really, really kind of, I think their goal, right? They were showing Lone Crescent Bellona. You kind of, yeah, make her not be able to counter whatever else the bind does. You hit her with the block. So you can't, her teammates can't dispel that. And she can't dispel herself, right? I think, guys, we need to find out for sure, though, that wording on the dispel except when granted by the bearer. Dispel, debuff, effects. I think a unit that can dispel themselves will be able to do it, but any team dispels will not work, right? That's how it sounds. Yeah, so you kind of just lock down a hyper carry. But let's go and see the artifact, and then we'll discuss more. We'll watch the actual gameplay. Bird's eye view. After using a non-attack skill acquires... okay. So she's a soul weaver, and we just get souls as well. All right. Extra turn. Buff block. Ignore effect resist if we want it. And now we can just activate that ignore ER with her own artifact. They might have just make her a mage, man. At this point. But, can only be activated once, I guess. So... it's like a one turn, it's like Taga Hells. You start it. Instead of starting the match with 20 souls, though, she'll use a non-attack skill, and then she'll be able to activate Nothing Personal Kid, Soul Burn. You get that bind and block, right? You'll get the full dispel, a bind and a block, and if you land that really well, like that unit that you're usually a hyper carry, right, a DPS, in their example, Lone Crescent Bellona, is just kind of going to be locked down entirely. This unit seems very annoying. Has all the hallmarks of strong units, right? Extra turn with a soul burn. She can give herself soul burn, even though she's not a mage, with her artifact. Yeah. Hold on, let me see the lobby animation. Holy crap. Wow. Very good lobby animation, too. Not too much. She just looks great, but yeah, not too much in terms of animation. All right, let's discuss, guys. Yeah, let me know. I really got to get to bed, so I don't have time to analyze. If they're gonna show here if there's if you can dispel the let me look at the second match here. Maybe they'll show if you can dispel. So they did. What is the matchups? Lone Crescent Bellona. Okay, pretty much just a Lone Crescent Bellona matchup. But yeah, ignore effect resist. Land that S3. You get the bind. You get the full strip. You get the block. And then your S1s on top of that will just continually, right? You want to use those on your target that you did the block on. And that's going to further decrease their combat readiness by, I think, 30%, if I read that skill enhancement correct. So just a very, very lockdown centric unit that has a ton of utility. My God, man. Extra turn, bind. It has the semblance of things like Knockwall. I think it's just going to be a very strong unit. And this Soul Weaver artifact is going to, once again, be extremely powerful. Just like Taga Hells. Probably will run it on some other characters on top of that. So, well, I hope you guys have some bookmarks. I do not. But yeah, get her artifact with powder at the very least. It doesn't look like she's limited, so there's that. But she does look very strong at a first glance. Let me know what you think, and thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out, guys.